All right, you guys, so we're going to do some information on heart failure in children. Now, remember, there's not tons of difference between heart failure signs and symptoms in children as there is in adults. So you should have some basic understanding already of heart failure. Remember, heart failure is the inability of the heart to pump an adequate amount of blood to the systemic circulation at normal filling pressures to meet the body's metabolic demands. Typically in pediatrics, when we're seeing heart failure, it is typically due to something secondary, such as a structural abnormality like the many that we have mentioned already. And those structural abnormalities have led to an increase in blood volume and an increase in pressure in the heart. But remember, we can also have myocardial failure, in which the contractibility or the relaxation of the ventricle is impaired. And this could be due to cardiomyopathy, arrhythmias, or electrolyte disturbances. But we can also have this occur when those kids get super septic. Okay. Right-sided heart failure and left-sided heart failure are the same, like you learned in previous courses. The signs and symptoms are going to be similar to what you learned in previous courses. Right-sided would be the body. Left-sided would be the pulmonary issues. Okay. All right, so some of the different things we can see with heart failure in our children is impaired myocardial function, pulmonary congestion, or systemic venous congestion. Okay, so these would be some of those signs and symptoms we would see with that. Remember, with heart failure, we're going to see some similar signs and symptoms, and it's kind of like that fight or flight syndrome that we all go through during periods of stress. And when we're having a fight or flight syndrome, kind of imagine, and I'm sure you've heard this before, your body going through a lot of stress. So something that would cause you to do that would be if you were being chased by I don't know, a dinosaur, a murderer, the clown from It, I don't know, something like that. And what's going on? Your heart is going really fast and you're getting tachycardic and it's just beating rapidly. And then what's that causing? Your body to vasoconstrict. You're being chased, so you're not going to want to stop to go to the bathroom, so you're going to have low urine output. Your blood pressure is going to go up and you're running like crazy, so you're going to have profuse sweating. Well, guess what else happens? We start to get edematous and we have weight gain. Okay, and this is all due to the different factors in our body working to keep our heart pumping during that process. So we have resistance, that is peripheral resistance that is going on. So that's when the adrenergic activity improves, kicks in, and then we have cholinergic stimulation. Then the renin-angiotensin 1 and angiotensin 2 system kicks in. Okay, and when that's all going on, after the renin-angiotensin system is activated, that's when we start reabsorbing sodium and water, the increase in the blood volume, and then the increase in sodium retention, okay, aldosterone, okay, and then that antidiuretic hormone is kicking in, and so therefore we're having water retention, okay. So that's kind of what's going on in our body when we're going through heart failure, okay. In class, I think we're going to make this part of an activity, but if you want to prep ahead of time, why don't you look at some different things that you think would be important in the health history. Jot some of that down and bring it to class. we're going to discuss some major physical examination things and what we're looking for. Okay. And then through class, we're going to go ahead and discuss some management of heart failure. And so this is where we're going to kick in some of our medications like DIG and Lasix and all of our cardiac meds that need to be kicked in. So if you don't remember your cardiac meds, I want you guys to review those, okay? And we'll do a quick run view of that in class. All right, well, that was my quick overview on heart failure, and hopefully we can break you up into some groups and go over some of this stuff. Thanks.